What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Keith Ballin, man, and I'm back with another video. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to First Take and this buffoon, Stephen A. Smith, lately, but his takes have become worse and worse. The more he opens up his mouth, the more he shows everyone that he doesn't need to be speaking on a lot of things because he's getting a lot of stuff incorrect. He's saying a lot of blasphemous things, as he would call it, and he's just making up BS at this point. So Stephen A. Smith tries to come out again and slander LeBron James. And I'm not trying to make this a theme on this channel, but this is another blatant, flagrant example of this guy just being a buffoon, a clown, and he's doing what I would consider to be just flat out making things up. Now he's saying that black coaches, keep in mind, he's always got to throw race into everything. He's saying that black coaches, he says numerous black coaches, called him on the phone and told him that they were not happy with LeBron James for starting a podcast with JJ Redick. Thankfully, Molly was able to ask him some questions to clarify and to give a tiny bit of pushback. But I'm gonna let y'all hear what he had to say, and then I'll see y'all on the other side, man.
What I can tell you is this. Numerous coaches, black coaches, called me expressing how they took issue with that podcast taking place. And I think you know enough to know that that's true. Some of them felt very salty about that. We certainly are not blaming JJ Redick. You got your podcast. Maverick Carter approaches you about doing this idea. Who the hell would? I jump at the opportunity.
Wait, can I pause you on that? They were salty because he chose to do a podcast with a white guy, or because it hurt Darvin Ham?
Because it hurt Darvin Ham.
Okay.
Because it hurt Darvin Ham. So any of us would do a podcast with LeBron James. Anybody who says otherwise, that they wouldn't do a podcast with LeBron James, is lying through their damn teeth. I know I would. I know you would. I know Wendy would. I know anybody would. That would be an honor for us because he's one of the greatest who have ever played, and he's a basketball savant. So we're not faulting JJ in any way for doing the podcast or for the content on the podcast with LeBron James. We knew before the podcast ever started that Darvin Ham was on a hot seat. We knew this. We looked at all of those things and we said, you take all of those things into account, this does not look good. That you got and what I was saying on the air with Wendy last week and Molly was that couldn't have started it during the playoffs. Couldn't have started it after Darvin Ham lost the job. Did you have to start it in the middle of the damn season when he's on the hot seat? Because why? That's what some of the coaches were saying.
No, I understand what you're saying there, but this is where I have to push back.
Sure.
If LeBron didn't want Darvin Ham as his head coach, don't you think there's other ways he could go about it rather than orchestrating a whole podcast with JJ Redick? I mean, that feels
Let me say this. I am not in
very
any way
calculated.
I am not in any way accusing LeBron
You're
James.
just saying the look of it overall.
Exactly.
You're saying the optics after the fact.
Right. I'm not saying he orchestrated something to push Darvin Ham out the door to get JJ Redick the job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not going there. What I'm saying is you are a person known for being mindful and cognizant of the optics. How could you possibly think that was going to look good?
He said all of this nonsense to at the very end just say, all I'm saying is the optics look bad. And LeBron is known for trying to control the optics. Look, man, if you guys aren't seeing it by now, you should be witnessing this. You should be realizing this. This dude is a clown. This guy talks out of his you-know-what. This man will allude to so many different conclusions and then at the end say, I'm not saying that. This little thing over here is what I'm saying. And that's all. Bro, you not slick. This is another instance where he tries to weasel around and not say things with his chest, not say things that he really wants to say. Y'all saw in the last videos I made, this guy doesn't come out and speak firmly on things. He does these little tactics where he'll praise you, and then he'll slide in the criticism which is really what he all wanted to say in the beginning anyway. But he had to put it in a gift wrap so that it didn't hit as hard or so that it didn't sound as harsh. But this guy continues to go at LeBron James. And in the clip, he even said Maverick Carter, LeBron homeboy, came to JJ with the idea. And so, of course, he's going to find a way to spin it and say this was wrong because LeBron, you basically got Darvin Ham fired by starting this podcast. That's truly what he wants to say. But this guy's a coward. But this guy's a weasel. But this guy doesn't want to speak up and say it. And so now what he's saying is, all I'm saying is the optics look bad. I'm not accusing LeBron of anything. This guy takes over the past few weeks and really longer than that, really months. There was a point in time I had to stop watching First Take, period. Clips, segments, everything about it was just awful. And now that I've been catching more clips, trying to get more content for the YouTube channel, I've been tuned into it a little bit more. And I'm seeing why I stopped. It's all narratives. This guy is losing touch, man. There was a point in time where you could count on Stephen A to be not only somewhat entertaining, but at the same time, at least he'd have some facts. Nowadays, he's saying things that nobody agree with. The man said people should be hesitant to watch Will Smith movie because he slapped the man 2 years ago. And now the man is basically saying LeBron got Darvin Ham fired while trying to hide it by saying the optics just look bad of starting that podcast. At the time he did it. Bro, it doesn't matter. And like Molly said, why would LeBron choose out of all things to start an entire podcast as his strategy to get Darvin Ham up out of there? Are you serious? And let me guess, you're saying this because black head coaches called you on the phone at random and told you this.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
If I'm getting sick of this dude, I know y'all out there is too. And so he seems to keep saying BS over and over and over and over again. But that's all I got to say about this, man. And I'm sure I'll be coming back with another video regarding this guy because his takes have become absolute dog-ish. The man is losing touch. The man is losing his hairline. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe. I appreciate everybody that's checking out the videos, man. And hey, don't forget to let me know what you think about this video and what Stephen A. Cap himself had to say. I'm out of here. Peace.